Welcome
Welcome to
to Shade in the
Shade
City.
and the City. I am your girl, Treese,
It's Nels.
and today we are here to go into our review of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Season 5, Episode 15, Family Manners. So we know where they got that title from. That's not hard, it ain't hard to tell, like Rakim said. All right. So yeah, guys, thank you for being here with us, all of our Shade Squad and our new viewers. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit the like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into it because I know I wasn't here for Shakana and Sarpa, but I just love Sarpa's that he does not give, and I'm here for it. So let's get into it and let's get shady. So now, starting off with Shakana and Sarper. Sarper's nervous because her sister's coming to visit. I did not get her sister's name. Please forgive me.
Shariah.
Oh, there it is. Right. Shariah. And it's cute. I don't know how I forgot
That's way cuter than Shekinah.
Right. So the sister's coming to visit for the weekend?
Right? I was thinking the same thing.
Looked at my notes. I had to double check.
I was like, she going all the way to Turkey for the weekend?
I don't know. Maybe she travels a lot, or maybe she.
How long of a flight is that?
Maybe she going somewhere else after that. That's what I'm gonna assume because I just want to believe. I don't believe you just hop on flights to Turkey just to go for the weekend, but maybe I'm wrong. So he's really worried about impressing her sister. Now Shekinah tells him to make sure the sister feels like he's more into her than he is into himself. And I said, well, if you have to tell him that, first of all, that's a red flag and a problem. But okay, girl, it's all about the looks for you. So he says he wants to make her the most beautiful girl. And he tells him, and she basically tells him not to say that because it can be taken in the wrong way.
He said, I make you do daily weigh-ins. That's not for me. That's for you. It's because I care about you.
Now, she worries about how Shariah will respond to Sarper based on the concerns that she expressed before she left. And this is why they be telling you got to be worried about what you tell your friends, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't expect just because you want to deal with the bullshit. They be like, nah, stupid. I don't want to deal with you. That sounds crazy. So now Soraya arrives and Sarper has plans on making her a traditional Turkish dinner. The sister isn't very optimistic about Sarper because everything she's heard from Shekinah has been negative. Now, back to what I just said. Now, he's preparing a dish that has raw meat and it looked like some garlic and some things going on, but I just was really into the
raw meat and rice.
Much like Soraya was. So he explains to us that he's just gonna kind of knead it together. He's not gonna cook it.
He said, I'm gonna cook it with my hands.
He's gonna cook it with his hands. He's not putting it in an air fryer, not in the toaster oven, nothing, not in the microwave. That's what it is. And I said, well, and she doesn't look very appetized. Okay.
I think that's part of the reason she wanted to go. She's like, I need to go get some food.
That me too. So she asked about his empty bottle collection. Shekinah wants him to get rid of the bottles because, she's like, I'm your future. Why are you keeping old bottles?
So in Sarper's defense, I'm not gonna lie, it would have aggravated me that you only brought it up because your sister just did. And now you want me to get rid of it because your sister brought it up. It wasn't an issue before.
So, Sarper being himself, he can't help. He has no filter. He basically tells Shekinah, got my face and leave me alone about this bullshit. Okay.
He told her she's acting like a slut.
All right. And then and so she's like, well, how do you, the sister's like, well, how do you react when she's uncomfortable with something? He's like, I just don't want to be told what to do. And like Nell said, he said, and she be texting me acting like a slut. And then he realized, well, that was the wrong word. So he said, no, she was acting like a. And then I said, well, that's a little bit more accurate.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like she doesn't like what he said, but she's, he's having trouble communicating and he don't know English.
That he's has very limited English.
So, then the sister.
What's crazy is I feel like I always understand what he's saying.
Right. So then Soraya asked Shekinah, so you just okay with this man out here disrespecting you in front of people? That's okay. And Sarper says he respects her by being faithful to her. I said, God, that's all. That's it.
He said, that's all I got.
That's all he got. Giving you the best that I got.
That's all he got in his raw
meat. Baby. Okay. Now,
did you hear what I said?
What'd you say?
I said that's all he got in that raw meat.
Oh,
he got that for everybody.
So then going into that, then the sister calls him out and says, well, you kind of have a history of being a little bit of a boy. And then she basically brings up, well, why don't you let Shekinah go in your DMs on IG? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was kind of with Sarper on this one. What the for? And who the are you? Right? So your sister ain't been asking to go in my DMs, and then here you come stirring up trouble and want to be in my DMs. And I don't feel like he said, that's like me asking for your panties. It's private. And I'm at this point, why are we flying all the way to another country to be with this man if you don't trust him?
Listen, you know how I felt about going through my man's phone, but
no,
that's because I want to go through it.
Right.
For me, it's all you being manipulated by what your sister's saying.
You ain't have no backbone until she got up here. Now all of a sudden you have.
Well, it's not even about. It's the fact it wasn't even a thought in your mind. You weren't even thinking about going. She even said that she thinks it's a little invasive.
Right.
So,
sister says she going back to the damn hotel because she just feels like he's super disrespectful. And then I love Sarper says, well, it's nice to meet you then.
She was like, that's it. That's all you. He said she talked too much.
I love Sarper for that. He said, what you're not going to do is come in my house and play a Karen, so you can leave. You're not about to get me caught up in your boy. So, and yeah, so then basically she leaves, and as Nell said, Shekinah agrees it was intrusive, and but now she's like questioning, well, what is he really doing, and why is he being so closed off? Girl, you weren't thinking about it before your sister got here, and if you were, it wasn't bothering you because you were still sleeping. I'm sure you were still jumping on that thing every day.
Is she still sleeping on the couch?
Couch? Was she even? Did she still getting it in on the couch?
I don't even think she's on the couch no more.
Look,
it ain't been a topic of discussion.
You think she moved over to the bedroom?
Yep. I think she don't care no more.
I think she in the kitchen over by the stove.
By the butter roll.
By the butter rolls. That's what I think.
You're so stupid. All right. Next up is
it's Nell's favorite.
She's so extra. She's so extra. It's TJ and Kimberly. So Kimberly is getting prepared for another ceremony. She's under the impression that, she's running late. Until TJ gets there and lets her know, we early. I was the one running late. We got a whole hour before this thing started. So she gets pretty frustrated because she has no idea what's going on. Nobody's, explaining anything to her. And her stepmom basically validated her feelings. Let her know, look, I would feel the same damn way. Like, you can't understand nothing. You don't know what the hell going on.
Right.
TJ said that he feels bad, but he says, there's so many things that, we got to do separately. It's too hard to explain.
So I'm
everything.
This is my thing. And maybe I don't know. Was she guaranteed an interpreter as a part of this process? Was a translator?
I don't know, because apparently she had one at some point, but I guess he had to step away for a little bit. But she had one.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I can understand because even when we've watched other 90-day shows or whatever, if they're speaking another language, this is the whole ceremony. You giving your life to this person, you don't know what they're saying. even if it's not about the ceremony, you know what I'm saying? You still
No,
want to.
I get what you're saying. It was a sense of, it was giving, and granted, she has the right to be that way. It's her wedding day, but
But she just
it
comes
was
off bitchy.
giving,
That's all.
yeah, it was giving very princess, very, oh, where's the help? Why is it my translator here? Like, that's what it gave me.
She always gives me that.
It gave that you were trying to on like, oh, they're, you know what I mean? Like, they're unorganized and they're beneath and they don't have their things together. Like, that's what it was giving me. She was giving very pompous.
She just gave you that just now?
No, she's been giving that, but she was giving it a lot. But like I said, it's her wedding day, so I'm gonna let her live.
So they go for a worship ceremony, and apparently, yes, like I said, the translator walked away. So, you know, they tried to explain that they would like for the translator to be there before going through with the worship. And because of the language barrier, he ain't know what the hell she was talking about or even give two damns. He just
I'm not gonna lie, that was super uncomfortable. Because I would have got irritated too. Because what you're not gonna do is just be yelling commands at me, and I don't understand. Now I can work with you, and you could say, "Hey," and now we're doing that. Like, guide me. But that dude, and I get it. It may be a cultural difference, but I felt like the way he was speaking, he was demanding that, like commanding them to do things versus guiding them.
I think in that situation, because I felt uncomfortable with it too, especially if I'm saying, you know, I need a translator, whatever, and everybody's trying to speak up. I think this is where hand gestures come in. Okay. Yeah. Stop. You can stand up. You can walk away. If you know, if there's clearly a language barrier, everybody knows what the hell this means. Okay. Right. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna walk away, and I'm gonna wait for my translator. If it's that serious to me, because what I'm not about to
I don't know. The middle finger means something different in different countries, so you never know what this means somewhere else.
You getting up, walking away, guess what means? I'm not gonna do this right now. And that means I don't want to do this.
They may see that as the utmost disrespect.
Language barrier. Guess what? We both need to understand that there's a language barrier.
I hear you.
So, you know, basically, yeah, she was super uncomfortable. She got super emotional, feeling like nobody cares about her or her understanding of things. So, you know, Kimberly was really still feeling some type of way until TJ basically told her, listen, he was like, just wait for me. All right, just wait. I'm gonna explain everything. I'm gonna be your translator. I don't know why I thought it was so cute.
I did think it was cute, and it was very, because he got his own stuff to do as a part of the ceremony, but he's like, no, let me make sure she's good so she can enjoy it as well.
Exactly. So they had their Hildy ceremony, which means turmeric. Apparently they put it on your feet and on your cheeks. And it's showing the.
I wouldn't have been that. You know how I feel about feet. And
well, my only thing is I think turmeric stains. I wouldn't have cared about them touching.
It would have been the feet for me.
I wouldn't have cared about them touching my feet. I don't like people touching my face, but touching my feet I wouldn't have cared about. But I would have felt I don't know. That's turmeric stains. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, anyways, it's to join the souls together. Now she says this is something that she's normally not comfortable with, because she doesn't like to be touched, especially on her feet, just like Trace.
And not even that, but then you go feet to face.
That's true. I mean,
yeah, I'm just surprised traditions haven't changed a bit. I'm sorry.
Can't stand you. But anyway, she noticeably was feeling better, you know, once TJ was there and helping her out. I don't know. It was giving like, I got you, boo. Like,
right.
You know, I'm a protector. I got this. She definitely felt, you could see that she was feeling better after he was there to help her.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, TLC, I'm not complaining, okay? Because I literally did a rundown today of the episodes. And I remember when this used to be an hour and 25 minutes long, according to my app. So again, I appreciate what you're doing for us. Love, keep up the good work, right? However, we are now on episode 15. I don't think we needed this wedding to be 3 episodes.
They're like, look, you can't have
it all. It's giving, you're spending some time over at home, and I need you to come back to TLC. Okay? Just a heads up. Appreciate you. Now, Kenny and Armando. Kenny and Armando sit down to get Hannah's thoughts on moving to Mexico City, introducing a baby to the family. She said she liked the school, but is concerned about, where they're going to live. And it's okay as long as they can bring the dogs. So Armando then asked her thoughts on having a sibling, and she isn't interested in having a baby, but she'll take an older sibling. And I said, well, I'm with her, She admits that she's concerned.
Somebody she can play with, I'm sure.
Right. She admits that she's concerned she'll, lose her father's attention. She asks whether the baby will speak English or Spanish, and gets excited learning she can teach the new baby both. And she's even willing to share a room, but not willing to change diapers. And I mean, that was Kenny and Armando. They wrapped that up in a nice.
I am so proud of Hannah.
Yeah.
Because when we first saw her, she didn't speak any English, and now she speaks it like perfectly.
Yeah, no.
She's doing better than Kenny.
No, I love
Kenny in the grocery store.
Yeah, no, I love it because it was so funny. I love that I feel like Kenny don't even try now because she knows English so well. He doesn't try to speak Spanish anymore. You get what I'm saying? That I think the only reason he would have even tried was to communicate with her, but she's learned it so quickly. Because if you saw how he was talking to her at the table, he didn't even try. He was just like, so Hannah, and she's like, yeah, and I'm like, damn.
I was like, wow. Even in the confessional, I was like, I was impressed. So Mary and Brandon,
her next favorite couple.
This is really her favorite couple. So after seeing how frustrated Mary was, Brandon let her know that he'll make changes. Okay. And she's requesting, make the changes that she's requesting. And basically he agrees to get up in the morning, help her with the chores. That's probably BS. So afterwards,
I'm sorry, wrong person. I was thinking about somebody else.
So afterwards, he asked Lolo for his blessing again. And Lolo agreed. He thinks that it would be great if they got married before the baby came. Mary is actually
excited. You should, because you done already knocked her up.
Exactly. Mary is actually excited that Brandon went about it this way. And because it shows respect to her grandfather. But she let him know that if he doesn't make the changes that she needs, she ain't forgiving his ass. And this is his final chance.
Okay, Shade Squad, I really need y'all to weigh in on this. Please. I think that Mary is full of, okay? I think that she just does not want to be a single parent. I don't think she really wants Brandon. If she had a choice, looking back on it now, she probably would make some different choices. And I think this is going to be our next Paul and Corinne. I think this is exactly what this is about to be. Now, y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. But this is what I foresee. He's already running and, and sleeping outside in the town square. So, I'm just saying. And he's a little off and extra. It just,
They just annoy me. They make my ass itch.
So Danielle and Johan, I don't know why TLC is playing with us or our time. Now, Danielle and Johan sit down with this therapist. Why? I don't know. Why are we sitting here acting like we want to work this out? I don't know. He hopes that they can leave their session with, their relationship in a better state, basically. So when he tries to get them to open up, Johan is obviously reluctant. And Danielle points out that that's one of the challenges that she faces with him because he's a fucking kid. Okay. So once he does, Johan says he feels Danielle says one thing one day and another the next. Now that's very truthful. That's very truthful. And he says that, she promised him a good life and he just doesn't see it. Now, Danielle says he wants what he wants and he wants it now. He also wants it to be given to him. That's also true. So the therapist tries to get him to realize that, some things need to be worked on and worked for. And Johan tells Danielle that, basically you told me you would take care of me. And Danielle actually ends up apologizing and being like, if I told you that or you misunderstood.
Yeah, she said you misunderstood. She said, I ain't never said that to a man a day before in my life. You clearly misunderstood me. She said, I ain't never said that. She was like, what I look like? She was like, look, she even spoke in third person. She said, Danielle has never told that to a man in her life.
I'm going to give her that. But at the same time, I don't know. I think I'm not gonna lie. I think I am a little bit biased because again, you kind of got this relationship under false pretenses. No shade, he loved you, but he loved you under the thoughts of coming to America and starting a new life and starting a better life for his family back in DR. And you completely flipped it and reversed it on him and changed the game.
No. So, okay, so I'm confused. Was that the original plan? Well, oh no, they were supposed to. So, okay.
She was supposed to be applying for the K1 visa for him, and then she didn't because she's running.
Because they were supposed to stay in DR for like a year or something like
that.
Right.
Right. She was just going there for the time being.
It still ain't too late. She could still, but we know she not.
She could.
You know what she needs. You know what she needs to do.
And she could, but no shade, essentially, and that's why I understand why Johan is doing what he's doing.
But he's also not doing what he's supposed to be doing
if you took
in order to move there.
That's
she told him he needs to learn English. He doesn't have any skill. He's around on his ass watching the dog all damn day.
Well, that's what she wants him to do. Why she
also wanted him to learn English.
Well, that's true. He's learning it with the dog. So
he learned in the dog language.
But no.
Wow.
Now I get what you're saying. Absolutely. In his defense, if he were to come to America on a K1 visa, he would not be able to work.
He could come on a work visa. It don't gotta be a K1.
He could come on a work visa.
Yeah, it don't gotta be a K1.
Well, no, it wouldn't be a K1 because it wouldn't. They're already married.
So they're already married. He can come on a work visa. He needs to learn English. And you know what?
He needs to learn English and he needs to be able to work. I get what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that his thought process is probably, you're going to have to take care of me for a little while, or you would have had to if we went to America and I could have got on my feet.
And that's why she said, we're not going to.
And now you've completely changed the game plan. And now you've come to DR. So no, but you're still going to take care of me. Like, I think that was his.
Well, that wasn't the game plan. The game plan wasn't for her to take him to New York. Well, take him to America and take care of him. She said, we're going to stay here for a year, get our money up. And then in a year, we're going to go to the US. She wouldn't have had to take care of him had he did the things that he was supposed to have been doing.
I guess, but he did have a job when she first got down there. If you remember,
but it wasn't paid.
She's the one that switched it up when she got down there and said, we're never going back. So then that whole year was off the table. That would make me lose my motivation too. That would make me, you took that off.
Did she say we're never going?
Yeah, she took that off the table, episode 1 or 2. And he was disappointed. He never wanted to stay in DR. That was never the plan. So I'm in his defense, Shade Squad, y'all can drop down in the comments, but I feel a little bad for him because he was kind of hoodwinked and bamboozled.
Yeah. Well,
and I just don't know why I'm mad at him for still pretending like he wants to be with her. I mean, maybe he really, look, now I'm starting to think maybe he really do like her old age. Because, I mean, I don't understand. She clearly ain't got nothing. She ain't got it. I'm sure he done seen a TikTok or 2 by now to know she ain't got it.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's still with her knowing she ain't got it and they got to build from the ground up and she stayed belittling him anyway. So yeah, basically long story short, Johan needs to go get a job and go to work. And she needs him to help contribute and she needs to see actions. So the therapist tells him that he also needs to work on his communication. And that's pretty much where it ended. And I said, y'all are playing in our face. And maybe they are still together, but I'm just, in my opinion, they don't need to be. They don't need to be. I feel bad not bad for him, but he's young. If he can find somebody that, if that's what he wants, that will pay his way, and she ain't got it to do. Yeah. And she's keeping him under false pretenses just so she can have a dick every night. And that's not fair to him.
Well, then maybe he should bring that up instead of saying, oh, you're just gonna pay for my living. Maybe he should say, you originally said we were moving to the US and you took that off the table. So now you can kiss my whole entire ass.
I mean, I'm not saying that it was right. It was definitely a low blow. But then if you even think about, so now I'm not going to have kids. We are not going to be able to go to the US. Like, you're taking
but the thing is, what he's saying is, I don't have a car. I don't have a house. I'm trying to do this investment. So
it's all material, and he needs to make it clear.
What is the issue?
You're not giving me anything that I wanted in a marriage. Why are we doing this?
I think if he said about the US, it would be different. But now you sound like a spoiled ass child.
Oh, right.
That wants,
feels entitled.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I get that. I absolutely get that. Well, y'all, thank you so much for joining us for another review of The Other Way. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and IG. And we will catch you next week for another review of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. Have a great weekend.
Good night.